Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mixunderstood. I'm Hannah Lee.
And I'm Amy.
We hope 2024 is treating you well. Last time we spoke with you guys, it was the end of season 1. We had done the holiday season finale, which was super fun. And then Amy and I both went home to our families for the holidays to take a break and freshen up a bit. And we've come back to 2024 and we actually have some changes that are happening to the podcast. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you, Amy.
Yes, thank you, Hannah Lee. So, yes, we went home for Christmas and I have made a very, very difficult decision and thought very long and hard about this, but it feels like the right thing to do for me at this moment in my life. I have decided that I'm going to be leaving Mixunderstood because I'm going to go and have a baby, my second child. And I think, as some of you know, I already have one child and she's 1. So we'll essentially be having 2 children under 2, which is going to be crazy. So I feel like I just need to prepare for that. And I hope that you can understand that. And I just wanted to come on here just to let you know what's happening and to say that I have honestly enjoyed every minute of doing this podcast, and I feel very sad about having to do this. Let me just take a deep breath. A deep breath, rather. Yeah, I feel very sad about leaving this project, which has come straight from both our hearts. I've loved talking to every single guest. I've learnt so much. Thank you to you listeners for tuning in and just being so unbelievably supportive and writing to us. Every word just honestly means so much. I know that I'm leaving this in the most capable hands of Hannah Lee. She is one of the most hardworking, pure-hearted people that I know, and I'm looking forward to watching it grow. And I really hope that this will become a valuable resource for all sorts of people from mixed backgrounds, whether you're multiracial, multicultural, or you just know what it feels like to be this and that and to be balancing different worlds. That is my absolute hope for this podcast. And yeah, I'm going to miss it terribly. But like I said, this just feels like the right thing for me to do at this time. And thank you again. And our aim was for this podcast, Mixunderstood, to be a place, or a space rather, for mixed people to be able to feel seen and heard and understood. And I know I personally have felt seen and heard and understood with a lot of things that were probably buried deep inside me that I never got a chance to talk about or even realised was going on inside me. So thank you for that.
Yeah, guys, it's been it's been a tough week for me. I'm going to get emotional now. It's been a tough week since Amy let me know how she's feeling, and of course I totally understand where she's at and that she has a lot on her plate. But you know, it is tough. And I initially felt like I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. This is something that we started together. And my favorite part about this has been as friends doing this together and being able to have our conversations in the most free and candid and safe way together. And I don't know how I am going to proceed, but I thought about it long and hard, and I felt like I want to, and I feel that it's important that I keep going with this. I'm so passionate about this, and I'm so touched, like Amy was saying, by this community that we've started to build, and hearing your feedback and your stories, and that this means something to you too, has been so incredibly encouraging. And I feel that I want to step up and try to keep this going. So that being said, I'm going to need a little bit more time before we before I before I launch season 2. I know when we last left off, we said we would be coming back around this time, but I'm going to have to just reconfigure a few things. We did have an outline for what season 2 was going to be, and I'm not going to be starting from scratch, but I'm just going to have to do a little bit of restructuring and kind of explore potentially new formats and new ways of bringing this to you. So I hope you understand that it's going to take a little bit more time for season 2, and hopefully seasons 3 and 4 and 5 and
beyond.
I'm sad, and it's a loss. It's not going to be the same without you, Amy, but I do feel that it is bigger than us, and I do feel a calling to keep going with this, or at least give it a try. And I appreciate your understanding and support in advance. And maybe, just maybe, we might have Amy pop her head in once or twice in season 2. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, I'm still available on our social media if you want to write in. I will keep you posted about pre-production of season 2 as it all comes together. And I will probably be coming back for season 2 around early March. That's the goal right now. Yeah, so that's that. I want to say, the biggest thank you to Amy for starting this with me. I don't think I could have ever done it without you. I mean, I had a dream. I literally had a dream back in May of 2023. And Amy and I were on the phone, and I said to her, I had a dream that we're doing a podcast. Mm-hmm. And she was like, let's do it. And 2 days later, I was at her house, and we just went for it and recorded the first episode. And we had no idea what we were getting into and how involved it was going to be, and how it was going to take over our lives. But I would have never had the guts to do this on my own. And I'm terrified looking forward. But I know now that we've gone through it together that yes, I am capable of doing this. And just before we say goodbye, I'm just going to throw this at you, Amy. Is there any favorite moment or episode or something from the last season that we did?
Gosh, I feel like there are so many moments coming up for me. I mean, 100% it's been just being able to feel seen from you, like not only as my fellow co-host, but, my best friend here in California, the more you were able to be vulnerable and talk and be brave, the more I was able to as well. Things like my teenage years, things that I've never told anybody because I've still been embarrassed.
Should I bring it up again?
Just the laughs and the tears as well, all of it. And I think one of the things that really sticks out for me that I will always remember, because I learned so much from this episode, was the one with Dr. Stephanie Meredith, who was telling us about race as a social construct. Like, for me, that really hit home, and I had to listen to that many, many times. And even through our editing, I was like, oh my God, I missed that point when she was talking. And I've spoken to people in my family who are like, wow, that episode was really fascinating. And I mean, yeah, she's just incredible. She's just so knowledgeable. And I think the overriding reason for me wanting to do this podcast was to try to help in some tiny, very small way, people not judge each other by their skin color. And I feel like that episode and what she has to say really said it all and hit home for me. Mm-hmm. And she says it in ways that I can never articulate. So go and listen to that episode.
I think for me, selfishly, the thing that I will miss the most and I enjoyed the most was just the giggles and the laughs. And I've been thinking how I don't know how to carry that forward. I'm either going to have to learn how to become a stand-up comedian and make myself laugh. or just maybe they'll do this. Maybe I'll pause and I'll be like, how would Amy pick on me in this moment? And then say that like in a British voice and laugh at. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just pretend to be two people.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, so that I'm going to miss that very, 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 very much.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, it's always good to have a good laugh. Yeah, so on that note, any last podcast words, Amy? By the way, where can people find you?
So my Instagram is amy.magera. You can find me there.
And I'll put it in the show notes as well.
Yeah. And yeah, just thank you to you, Hanali. I feel very lucky to have been on this journey with you. There's no one else that I would have wanted to do this with. And I will always be so proud of what we've done. And I know that you're gonna grow this little podcast baby. And I'm so excited to watch what you do with it. I genuinely am.
Oh. So this is my accountability episode that I am taking this on, and may the force be with me.
You can do this.
To all of you that are sad to say goodbye to Amy, big hug, big group hug, and yeah. And we'll
Lots
see
of
you.
love.
Yeah, lots of love. We'll see you in March. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. This update was produced by us, music by Matthias Kunzli.